Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diverse Goddess. It's Hannah, and in today's video, since it's Halloween, I'm going to show you how you can get dressed up as a witch as you get ready with me. And we're also going to learn a little bit about witches, so stay tuned. It's magic! So now that we put on our dress and our tights, we now have to put on our accessories. So a witch can never have too many accessories. So now you're pretty much all set, and then you can just throw on your cape when you're ready to go out. And so now that you're all set and ready for tonight, let's talk a little bit about witches. Now, witches throughout history have always gotten a bit of a bad rep, always being perceived as evil. And just like anything in life, of course, it can always be taken to a dark side. But witches in real were never evil. And actually, witches are usually very cute. But the word witch really just meant a wise, powerful woman. And it was a woman who knew how to use the forces of the universe, and she usually knew how to communicate with animals. She knew how to use the herbs of the earth to heal, and she knew how to navigate the earthly dimensions and also elevate and transform man's sexual energy through sex. And just a little side note of what I mean by transforming man's sexual energy and how that was possible is that we first have to look at man and woman. Man is represented by the seed. That is what he does. He spreads his seed, the sperm. Woman is represented by the earth, hence Mother Nature. And what happens when a seed goes into the earth? It then grows and it evolves. The earth energy activates, or the electrical currents of creational energy infuses with the seed, which then allows it to evolve into something. And the same thing happens when man and woman have sex. If the woman's energy is activated enough, she will then transform the man's sexual energy and elevate him and transform him. The same thing happens when she gets the sperm of the guy or the seed of the guy. She then transforms it into a baby. And so during that time when the guys would have sex with the women, they would transform basically from boys to men. And then after it would happen, they would then have deep reverence for the woman. And so the other men looking on, or even the other people around, would be kind of like, what happened? You're now having deep reverence for the woman? How can this be? She must have done something. She must have done something evil, because in their eyes that is too powerful to transform him, because having deep reverence for the woman was not something they had before. So what was this witchcraft or evil magic that the woman did? But in real, they were just doing what nature intended them to do. Women have the power to transform sperm into life, and they can transform boys into men. And just like the earth can transform a seed into life, so can women. And this is actually also one of the reasons why women have been so condemned sexually or shamed sexually, is because men feared the sexual power of women. But they were also scared of them for other reasons, because like I said, the word witch meant a wise woman or a powerful woman, and they were equivalent to being a wise man or a wizard. However, a woman's powers were far more stronger than the wise men or the wizards. And so it was this fear of their power that we hear about the burning of the witches and why the witches were burned in the first place. And so they taught you to fear and even think that witches were evil, because to them it was evil to have that much power. And I think it's ironic that we're taught to fear witches, but we're never taught to fear the people burning the witches. And this crucifixion of the witches was not really a crucifixion of witches. It was a crucifixion of women. It was to tell women, if you ever dared to be that powerful, that you would get crucified. And so that is one of the reasons why so many women fear their own power and they hide it away. But in truth, every woman still has that power inside of them. And even though my channel is called Diverse Goddess and every woman is a goddess, witches were the original goddesses. And before women were turned into bitches, they were witches. All women invoke the power of the Divine Mother, and they invoke the power of creation, which is actually why women were chosen to give birth to life. And like I mentioned, witches had other powers as well, like they knew how to heal, and they also were able to astral travel or be able to navigate the earthly dimensions. And actually the broom that is always depicted with witches is actually a symbol of astral travel, to be able to move in and out of dimensions. And so what I'm really getting at is that witches are not evil. And even if they tried to burn them back in the day, we always reincarnate back. So bitches, I'm back. Just kidding. Not really though. So anyway, for all my witches and goddesses out there, when you go out tonight, don't forget your cauldron and your magic wand and your spell book. And in regards to your spell book, because every witch should have one, if you are casting spells or doing spells, this is very important. Always remember to spell check. And so that ends today's video, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. And you can also find me on Instagram at Hannah Rokes, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!